Hello, I'm really pleased to welcome Jori from EthicHub. I'm Sebastien Rouxel from StartupToken, and this is the first interview we're doing, so I'm really proud to welcome his project. We'll let you introduce yourself, so please tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sebastien. I'm very happy and proud to be here with StartupToken, and that yesterday you also invited us to make our pitching here. And so we are EthicHub. EthicHub is about democratizing access to credit and to best investment opportunities, but also about humanizing credit sector, putting into contact very poor people in developing countries who are used to pay huge interest rates with investors in developed countries where they are used to get very low returns on their savings.
I see what you mean. Where is your idea coming from? What brought you to this point where you were, I need to solve this issue, I see this, and where does it come from?
The point is, I am half Mexican, my mother is Mexican, so when I was, I all my life, I spent most of my life between Mexico and Spain. And when my brother say, I got a credit with 40% interest rate, and I say, why? You're crazy. You will be. It's impossible to pay a credit with a 40% interest. And going deeper into this problem, I noticed that small agricultural producers is even worse, and they have to pay over 10% monthly, so over 100% annually, to get funded for small cash loans.
Yeah, it's getting crazy for them. They cannot do their project because they cannot have access to the funds. So you want actually to bring funding, and you said you do crowd lending. What's the difference between crowd lending and crowd funding?
I mean, there is 4 kinds of crowdfunding, like equity crowdfunding. In English, I don't know the word.
Not right.
Social crowdfunding, like giving, just nothing in return. Goods crowdfunding, so I want to buy Tesla car, so I pay in advance, so they have money to produce the Tesla, and it's
like
also
an investment.
Yeah, not investment, is buying in advance a product, and also crowd lending, that is like credits, disintermediating banks. I mean, if you have your money in your bank and the restaurant over there is asking for a loan, what happens nowadays is that the banks pay you 1% for your money and lend the money to the restaurant for
4, 5, 6, 7%.
7, 8, 9. So wouldn't it be more rational that you lend directly to the restaurant
in a decentralized way?
That's crowd lending.
How does it work technically then at a technical level for you to distribute the fund, to get the fund? Is it what's the relationship between fiat money and cryptocurrency in your project?
I mean, it is very expensive to move the money around the world because of the fiat money to be converted is super high interest rates. There are many bureaucratic barriers.
Fiat to fiat?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
So what we propose is that you as an investor buy our token and lend it to these small agricultural producers, and so on. They nominate a representative because this is a collective loan. So this collective nominate one representative that opens a bank account and exchange our token into local fiat currency. So at the end, this guy goes to the city, gets the money, and spread it into the community.
And when he needs to give back the money, because we're talking about crowd lending, how does he do? Is it the opposite way around? You deposit the money, and then I saw on your white papers you have an Oracle API which will actually read the market price and pick the right exchange at the right time?
Yes, because we think our position is that these small agricultural producers cannot be exposed to currency risk. So they get 1,000 pesos, or
It's 1,000 pesos. It's not 500.
and they have to
it's
pay
not, yeah.
1,027 pesos because of the cost of not
No,
of the
fee.
because of the fees and the interest, especially the interest. We want to offer 15% interest for the investors, because you are assuming the exchange risk. So it is not necessary that you lose money with the exchange risk. Some countries are in the long term having even increasing their currency against dollar and euro. For example, Guatemala, Quetzal, or Thai baht, or Filipino peso. Many countries are increasing their currencies against euro in 5 years, during every year after many years. For sure, China.
So you want to avoid the risk for the end user.
For the end user, and because investor has the capacity to protect against this risk.
Of course, they have to already have some money, but the farmer doesn't have any at that time.
And not only that, but because you can spread the risk in different countries. So maybe Mexican peso goes down, but Quetzal goes up. So
You're
you
trying
balance.
to also use as a stable coin in a way.
It's a way of seeing it.
Yeah, of course, a stable coin is like a visionary idea, but I understand what you mean. What about like verifying? Because for us, when we invest in a project, as you know, just a cryptocurrency project, we have some ways. We know LinkedIn. We have like some ways to check the person with the white papers. We can do our due diligence. But you're offering through your platform funding access to project. But how can you verify this project to show that they are not scammers? They're not just trying to rob people from their money.
Yeah, this is from our position. This is This is the highest weaker or the weak point of all the projects that are trying to do international crowdlending over blockchain. That there are many, because this is like one of the most clear use cases. So what we propose is the only way to really verify but the farmer existence, that he really exists, and not only that he is a good person, that he's asking the loan in order to get repaid, is through a local node, somebody who personally knows these persons, select them, help them to make this collective loan asking in our platform, and make the bridge between the digital world to their not digital world.
So you're talking about an individual node?
Yes.
All right, I see.
Decentralized persons.
Is it why your name is node developer? I think your position is
my own position instead of CEO is a coordinator node.
Coordinator node. So you're trying to bring this community and this individual node idea in your own project, I see.
Because we want to become someday a truly decentralized autonomous organization. So it's not like there is a leading point for this.
What was your best experience in blockchain so far? Like, I guess you've been traveling around, showing your project around. Your pre-sale is now over almost. Like you have some days, but
please
it's
don't
all
say
right.
that.
All right.
We want people to join.
I see. But what was your best experience in the blockchain ecosystem so far? What did you feel so special about participating in this crazy ecosystem?
I mean, for me, the most important thing is that this technology permits a step forward in the centralization process. It's more a philosophical thing. It's like that we really can change how things have been done for thousands of years. For first time in history, we really can transfer value between each other with no intermediaries at all. And many people is in this space because of this, not because I want to make a super easy pump and dumps things and groups and no, I'm not that I don't like much that. I think this is really disruptive thing, really positive for the world. If we make a good use, if we only are focused on making huge returns in short term, maybe the outcome it will not be the best possible. We always say technology is not good or bad by its own. It's the use that humans make.
It's just a tool.
So all these people that have this also believing of the positive, the change that blockchain can bring is the best. I found here. Now I have many friends in this space, blockchain space.
You met people who had the same interest for this feeling of being actually in the right path of doing the thing that will actually help the world in the future if we do it right. So want to be part of this revolution.
Yeah, and also is super supportive each one with the other. You invited us here. Grace and Emily invited us to Geneva, and when we were in Geneva, we met a lot of people there that were very supportive and wanted to help also.
It's a small world, and we're all trying to do the same thing, so it's great.
Yeah.
Could you define your roadmap in a few, just the next steps for the viewers to understand where we're going right now?
Yes, our roadmap nowadays we are in the pre-sale. With the funds we reach in pre-sale, we have already reached the soft cap, but we are still far from our hard cap. So that's why we need still to convince many people to join and help us to make this more solvent and strong. And with that money, we will develop the platforms, or we will arrive to our first ICO, because we will make 3 ICOs.
Yeah, so 3 steps. Yeah.
In July or September, depending on how fast we are developing the platform, in order to arrive with an already operational thing.
And during the second or third ICO, you want your first working prototype?
Yes, in these 6 months, we will have something really operational. That's our aim. And we are only asking for the funds for the next 6 to 18 months every time. And this for the third or fourth round, maybe this 18 months is 100 million. Maybe we will need, because it will, if we are doing.
But you will justify it through your process and through your realizations. All right. Do you have any words you want to share? This will be the end of our talk. So if you have anything you want to share with your viewers.
So I hope you like our project. We are trying to rethink how things have been done both in crypto and fiat financial system. So please take a look deep in our project and join our project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and see you soon.